Hello guys, and welcome back to Alive Wellness. For those of you who are new to our channel, my name is Emma. I'm your Pilates instructor. Now today's workout is so beneficial for everyone. Whether you are a mover, you're someone who uses your glutes to surf, lift, run, swim, whatever it is, or maybe you're someone who just sits at your desk all day and actually you have such inactive glutes that it's so important to work them, this workout is for you. Now, it's not your basic glute workout. Yes, we're going to be building aesthetics, but I'm also going to be getting into all of those deep glute muscles so that you can really move easier and feel better as you go throughout your day. Now, we don't need any equipment, just a mat. Let's get started. So we are going to start laying down on our backs today, and we're just going to begin to warm up and find a bit of mobility throughout the body before we get into that deep glute work. So I want you to come down onto your mat, lay on your back, and let's just find a release of the head into the mat. So we want to lengthen the spine here. We want to imagine we've got a string through the crown of our head. Now someone is pulling that string that's allowing the spine to lengthen. The feet are planted, they're grounded into the mat, and the hands are down by our side. Now if it helps here, just shut the eyes down as we just move through a little bit of mobility. I'm going to get you to tilt your pelvis towards you. Just flatten your lower back into the mat. And then extend that lower back. Send the pelvis away from you as you arch it. Now we want to take an exhale as we flatten that lower back. And we want to take an inhale as we arch away. It's really important to find some mobility through our lower back before we take that glute work, just to ensure we can work through our greatest range of motion as we move, releasing any tension from the body before we find that activation. Now we're going to take this movement a little bit bigger now. So as you flatten the lower back, I want you to now begin to roll your hips up off the mat. We begin to lift into a bridge. Use that full exhale to come up. Let's take a little pause at the top. This is where we begin to find the activation through those glutes. And then we exhale as we roll back down, reversing through the spine, allowing your hips to reach the mat as we take an inhale here. Breathe out, let's go again. We're going to exhale to curl up. You have 2 more of these slow bridges. Now this is the part that's focusing just on mobility. I want you to really imagine the spine moving 1 vertebrae at a time. We want to create space in the body before we build activation. Let's take 1 more here. Exhale to lift all the way up. Make sure the feet are grounded. Let's inhale at the top. We are going to exhale as we roll back down. We're going to take an inhale at the bottom to pause. Let's open the eyes if they're shut now. From here, we're going to continue with bridges. This time I want you to lift your hips straight up. So now you've got to feel that engagement in the glutes as you float the hips up, and then release down with your inhale. Now we move a little bit quicker now. Exhale up, inhale down. Really focus in on your body and what muscle is activating the movement. So as we work here, the back of the glutes are activating to lift the hips up, then we're releasing them as we lower down. We want to be nice and even through the feet, so we're pressing into those heels as we lift up, releasing to lower. Try to allow the rest of the body to have as little tension as possible, so all of the work comes into that lower body, into those glutes. Breathe out, breathe in to lower. Really important to focus on the breath as we move. Each time we exhale, we want to be finding an activation in the body. Each time we inhale, that's when we find that release. Let's take about 3 more here. We go for 2. Now on your next one, I want you to keep those hips up. Let's just take it into little pulses now. So we squeeze into those glutes, pulse the hips higher with each little squeeze. Let's go for 4. Let's go for 3, 2. We're going to lower the hips back down on 1. Take a little pause here. 1 big breath in. Exhale, we lift back up into our bridge. Now this time I want you to hold it for a little bit longer. Now just make sure that you're not sending the hips up too high. We don't want to arch into our lower back. We want the hips slightly lower than you think. So there's a lovely incline from the knees down to the hips. Now let's hold it here, pause. You're going to shift your weight onto your right foot now. We're going to float the left leg up off the mat. Just bring it up to about tabletop and then lower the left foot down. We're going to shift the weight to the left, lift that right leg up, release it down. Now as you do this, you are shifting your weight side to side, activating one glute and then shifting to activate the other. So we're bringing a little bit more intense work now into those single legs. Breathe out as you come up and breathe in as you lower. Try to be nice and easy with that shift of weight. Try to keep the rest of the body fairly calm here. Really think mind to muscle. It's all about that glute. Let's take 2 more like this. Remember not to arch through the lower back too much. We want to engage the core to counter the pressure through the lower back. On your next one, we're going to keep those hips up. Place both feet on the ground. Let's go back to those pulses. Little squeezes up, up. For 4, 3, 2. We're going to release the hips back down on 1. Let's take another big inhale here. Allow those hips to be level. Allow the lower back to release. As we exhale, we press down through those heels again, lift our hips back up into our bridge. Now from here, find a deeper squeeze into those glutes. You're going to open the knees out wide and then draw the knees back together. We take it into our abductors. This is the outer glute. Open out, draw back in. Being careful again not to lift up too high. Keep the tension through the glutes, not the lower back. It's not about flexibility here. It's about finding the strength working through your own range. Breathe out to open the knees, breathe in to close. Beautiful. Let's take 2 more like this. Then we're going to build our bridge into the movement. We're going to inhale, lower down. Exhale to lift and open those knees out. Inhale to close, lower back down. Now everything we're doing today, yes, it's going to build the glutes. It's going to build the muscle, build the aesthetic. But it is also going to target those inner muscles that are so important to help us move easier. Often a muscle really missed. We often focus a lot on squats and lunges and really great compound exercises, but it's important to take it into those tiny little connecting muscles in the body. The ones that really help us through everyday life. Let's take 2 more here. Make sure you're still using that breath. On your next one, you're going to take that opening, then draw the knees back together, take a pause, hold it, stay in your bridge, activate the core a little bit more. You're going to just open the right knee out, draw it back in, open out, and in. We're just moving that right side, so you're just targeting that right abductor. Again, keep the rest of the body released in to your mat. Open, close. Good. For 3, for 2. Bring it back in on 1. Pause. Last one here in our bridge. Other side, we go with the left and in. Open and in. Now your hands are staying down by your side to really allow you to support the lower back. So maybe you want to gently press them into the mat. Stay stable through the body. We go for 3. We go for 2. Last one here. Bring the knees back into neutral. Lower back down. Let's just drop our knees side to side. Release the spine. Release the back. If you were holding that breath, let it out. Let it flow. From here, we're going to come over onto our right side. So I want you to flip into a side lying position. Now, you can be released out onto your right arm if you can. This is great. If you need, maybe you want to place a pillow or a block under your head to prop your head so you're in your neutral position. Now from here, your knees are going to be at the front of your mat. Your hips are in line with your heels at the back of your mat. Instead of collapsing through our waist, we want to activate that obliques and lift up so that we're working through a neutral position. Keeping our hips nice and stacked, We're going to float the feet off the ground and we're going to take it into a clam here. Now the feet are elevated so that we can get a slightly greater range today. So I want you to use your exhale to float the knee up. Inhale to lower. We are just targeting our left side here. Keeping those hips still, which means the core has to stay engaged the whole time. You are using that left glute. Squeeze it before you move the knee. So there's no momentum to the movement. It's all coming from the muscle. Use your breath the entire time you move. Let's take 2 more here. We go for 2. On that next one now, we are going to lower the feet down to the mat. Keep engaging the core, keep lifting up from the waist. We float that top leg all the way up. Tap it down. The foot is moving with that knee. Lift, still engaging from that glute. Release down. Breathe out each time you find the activation. Breathe in as you find the release. Really controlled movements. The more you rush, the more momentum you use. So the slower you go, the more time under tension we create. We go for 3. We go for 2. You're going to hold that leg up on 1 now. Now from here, you're going to internally rotate that top leg. Touch your knees together. Then you're going to take an external rotation, squeezing that glute, opening, touching the feet together. So you go knee to knee. Then we open and go heel to heel. Now really be careful not to let the hips come into the movement here. We're going to allow that leg to work in that hip socket. It is working through that internal, external rotation by activating the glute. Notice how slow I am going. Now, if you do want to challenge here, it's always great to add a booty band to this workout. That's going to add a whole nother level of resistance. So if you are finding this too easy, after you slow it down, then maybe you want to add a band. Let's take one last one like this. That glute should already be firing. From here, you're going to tuck your knee now in towards your chest. We're going to extend that leg long, lengthening through that hip flexor. Pause for a second. Tuck in, extend, lengthen that leg nice and long. Now you want to make sure as you lengthen it, we are lengthening it in line with our body. So it's not coming forwards or backwards, it's staying in line with the body. Exhale away, inhale to tuck. Notice if you've left the core. We want to keep holding it here. Remember, it's supporting our spine. It's supporting our neutral position. We take 3 more here. We go for 2. Now on your next one, I want you to keep your leg lengthened. Pause. We're going to draw little circles now. Now I want you to really focus on lengthening from the top of the hip down to the toes. Taking small circles. Let's change direction. Circle. It's like you're drawing a circle on the opposite side of your room. Keep breathing. On your next one, we're going to take it into those pulses. We squeeze up and pulse for 5. We pulse for 4, 3, 2. On 1, let's hold, and release. Before we finish up on this left side, I want you to roll onto your back again. We're going to release our head back down on the mat, allowing that string through the crown of the head to be pulled to lengthen all the way out through the spine. Hands by your side. Plant the feet down, send your hips back into a bridge. We still work our left side. You're going to shift your weight onto that left foot. We're going to float our right leg up towards the ceiling. Now from here, right knee's going to tuck into your chest. You're going to lower the hips down, touch the mat, press into that left heel, extend back up. We tuck in as we lower down. We lift up, extend that leg. It's still that left glute doing the work. Inhale slowly down. Use that full exhale up. Feel that firing in the left side. We're almost done with that left side. Then we repeat on the right. Let's take 3 more. Do not rush it at all. Even as the movement becomes hard, we go for 2. On your next one, we're going to hold it up there. I want you to just stay. Flex through that right foot. Press down through your hands. Let's pulse, pulse, pulse. We're imprinting the ceiling with the sole of our foot. We go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release down. Place the right foot into the mat. Let's bring the left leg on top of the right. Open that knee out. I want you to just take a figure 4 stretch. Maybe it's enough just with that left knee opening. Maybe you want to hug the legs towards you. Find a deeper stretch here. Focusing in on that left glute. Deep breaths. Full release. Each exhale, try to sink a little bit deeper. If it helps, shut the eyes down and really focus on feeling the release into that left side. And gently come out of that stretch. We are going to do all of that on our other side. So I want you to flip over onto your left arm. Bring the block or pillow if you need it. Find a nice comfortable position. We are going to be here for a while, so make sure you are comfy. Now, instead of rolling the hips back, we're rolling them forwards. We're keeping them stacked. We're engaging gently into that core. Let's press that top hip away so that you can actually feel the waist lifting up and you can feel that whole engagement here. We're going to take a lovely big inhale as we float the feet up off the mat. And then we exhale to open that right knee. This time we begin to fire up the right side. Exhale, open, inhale, close. Let's focus a little bit more on the breath this side. So really make sure you are using that exhale as you find the activation in the movement. So through the harder part of the movement. It's going to allow us to really feel that squeeze and get as much work as we can into that glute. Let's take 2 more here. And on your next one, we are going to lower the feet down, keep the hips stacked, squeeze those abs. We float the whole leg up. Lower back down, right glute activate, squeeze up, release down. Now I find this workout really good to add before I go and do my runs. It helps me to really activate the entire glute so that when I run, I actually feel like I'm running with a little bit more ease. I've got less pressure through the rest of my joints and the whole glute is working to support my running. So if you are someone who loves to move, try to add this before your next workout, whether it's a run, maybe it's a long walk, maybe it's a strength session, and just see if it helps you move a little bit more easier. On that next one, we're going to keep our leg up. Now, engage that core. Now we're going to we're going to rotate and tap the knees together. So touch them down. Then we're going to rotate open and bring the heels together. So we go knee to knee, rotate and notice that my hips aren't moving. I'm engaging the core. I'm just working my own range. My knee doesn't open up that much. That is because I'm only working through my range. Maybe yours opens a little bit more, but we only want to allow it to open as much as you can before the hip moves. So the hip has to stay stacked and still. Let's take 2 more. We're moving into that final one in our side lying. Now we're going to tuck the knee to our chest. We're going to squeeze the core, extend that leg out long. Tuck in, Extend long, lengthen the leg from the top of the hip. Make sure you've got room to lengthen the leg. Almost kicked my plant over. Inhale, exhale out. So we're actually getting a bit of mobility here as we move as well, which is really great for the body. So we're finding that length from the front of the hip through that hip flexor. We go for 2 more. On your next one, let's hold the leg long. Make sure you're in that alignment. Take little circles here. Squeeze deeper into that glute as you circle. 5, 4, 3, 2. Let's go other direction. Circle it out. Pause. We're going to take little pulses now. Squeezing that glute. Let's lift that leg a little bit higher. Let's go for 3. Let's go for 2. We release on 1. Good. We are going straight onto our backs. Let's take it into those single leg bridges. This time we load our right side. So plant the feet down. Allow your head to release and lengthen. Hands by your side. We're going to send the hips up. Meet me in your bridge. Shift your weight straight away to your right foot. Send that left leg up towards your ceiling. Now we're pressing into our right heel. Tuck the left knee to chest. Lower down. Press that right heel, lift up. Now I want you to focus on the alignment through that right knee this time. So make sure that you're pressing the knee out slightly. That's going to help us switch on the glute and support that knee joint. If we drop it in, we're putting a lot of pressure through our knee. Press it out gently and then send that heel into the mat. Squeeze the glute to float up. Remember, your hands are by your side to support you. You can gently press them down to relieve pressure from your lower back. We go for 3 more here. We go for 2. We are almost there, guys. On your next one, you're going to hold it up for a little bit longer. Let's flex through that left foot and let's begin to pulse. We imprint the ceiling with our foot. We stay here for 4, for 3, for 2, 1, release, lower, place the left foot down, bring that right foot up and over. We open up those hips. If you want, take a deeper stretch, hug the legs towards you and just allow the body to release side to side. Gently releasing that tension. Allow the body to sink into the mat. Breathe it out. We're going to place the feet down now. Allow the soles of the feet to drop into the mat. Let's just drop those knees side to side, releasing now the tension from your lower back. And just to make sure both feet are really grounded and the body feels nice and even, we're going to move through one final set of bridges. Feet planted down on the ground. Now focus a bit more on mobility again. We've done all that activation. Both legs are super active. Feet are planted, hands are planted. We're going to go back to that rolling of the spine. So we're tucking our pelvis towards us, flattening that lower back. Then we're beginning to lift up, floating through each vertebrae. Now feel if it's a little bit easier at the end of the workout. Maybe you're moving a little bit smoother. Maybe you can really feel the vertebrae, each lifting and settling separately. So we're rolling up and down through that spine. Really feel the floor beneath the feet. Really allow the breath, the exhale to lift you up. Just a light engagement of the glutes as we move for mobility. The inhale at the top, the exhale to roll back down. The inhale at the bottom. One more here. I love moving for that burn, but I love even more finishing with that mobility so that you can really feel both the strength in the body, but also that ease I spoke about. Really feeling strong from the inside out. Let's plant the hips back down. Let's shut the eyes for a second. I want you to take a big breath in through the nose, expand the ribs. Then I want you to exhale, soften the ribs, sink the body into the mat. Shut the eyes. Feel the floor beneath you. Feel everything I talked about settle. As I said, it's important to work both, sure, aesthetically, but really important to work the inner muscles of the body. This is why Pilates is so great, to feel every little muscle in the body activate to support us with whatever we love doing. Let's take one more breath in here through the nose. As you exhale, sink a little bit deeper into your mat. Maybe bring a smile to your face, feel the softness around you. And we will finish there. Thank you so much for joining me, guys, for another session on the mat. As always, if you've got any other requests on movement or workouts you'd like, please comment them below. Otherwise, we'll see you back here next time.